Hey everybody, Shaun Gladney here with the Warrior Drumline. Thanks for checking out the first in our series of videos on fundamentals for the front ensemble. In this video we're going to talk about our posture and our approach to these keyboard instruments in the setting of the front ensemble. First, I want to talk about what I call the hierarchy of excellence. And this is meant for you, the student, especially those of you that are brand new to pit and brand new to percussion, to be able to focus on one thing at a time as you're learning about this instrument and learning front ensemble music. The first and most important thing that I want you to think about is your quality of sound. Am I producing good sounds? We are musicians, and that is the most important thing, is making sure we're making good sounds. We make good sounds by using good technique, so those go together. That's the most important thing. Technique and quality of sound. Once you've mastered that, focus on your rhythms first. Okay, we're percussionists naturally. Rhythms are our bread and butter. So we need to focus on that before we start focusing on hitting all the correct notes. Once you've mastered rhythms, then you can worry about the notes. Correct notes don't matter if it's in the context of wrong rhythms. So we focus on rhythms first. Also, naturally, you're going to hit some wrong notes occasionally, and that's okay. We want to focus on our rhythms first and then focus on 100% correct notes. Once we've done all that, we can focus on what I call the icing on the cake. That's our musicality, our performance quality, our connecting with the other people in the ensemble. So as you're learning, don't get overwhelmed. Think about first technique and sound quality, then think about our rhythms, then think about our notes, and then work on your performance quality. Work on mastering each of those in a progression. All right, let's talk about our posture and our approach behind this instrument. It's important to make sure that your keyboard is at your height. Roughly, we want that at about waist level. Everyone has their personal preferences on exactly where it goes, but roughly waist level. Every keyboard based on type and manufacturer adjusts in a little bit different way, so make sure you learn about how your keyboards go up and down. Next, let's talk about our stance. We're going for an athletic stance. Obviously, this marimba is pretty big. I have to move around it to play in the right position, so I need to have that athletic stance. I want to keep my feet roughly shoulder width apart. They can be side by side, or one can be a little in front of another, and that kind of depends on where you're at in the position, and you'll probably change. But generally, we'll have our feet side by side, about shoulder width apart. Our knees aren't going to be locked, but we're going to stand nice and tall. We're going to have our shoulders pulled back, have that nice strong chest. We're going to be looking up, because we're in the front of the band. We're going to be making eye contact with those people in the stands, and letting them know how confident and aggressive we are at our performing. Again, you want to make sure that your weight is balanced and you can shift it from one leg to the other. Don't let it all fall on one foot and catch you off balance. Don't fall back on your heels. Keep that nice athletic stance. Then, I want to talk about our approach in the front ensemble setting. So in concert bands, right, we play inside. We have walls, we have ceilings. We have other instruments that play soft that we have to balance our sound with. In the marching band setting, we're outdoors. These instruments weren't really designed to be outdoors. They were designed for the concert hall, but now we have no walls, no ceilings. We've got to project our sound all the way up to that press box. So we're going to play with a little bit more aggression, a little more velocity, and get a little bit more sound out of these instruments. Now, in the modern front ensemble, we use microphones to amplify our sound so that we can match the loud brass and drums behind us. But we still want to try and play with a more aggressive approach. If we're playing with the correct technique that we're going to teach you, even if you're being aggressive, you're not going to damage these instruments, as long as you're playing with correct technique. So I am going to try and pull you out of your shell a lot, and we're going to try and get a more aggressive approach out of some of you. All right, come back for the next video in the series as we start talking about grips and start talking about how to play these instruments.